Come with me to the beautiful world of Pakistan, a country full of color, life, and culture. What kind of music is created and listened to in Pakistan? What kind of food? What kind of colors will you see? What kind of sounds will you hear? It's time to listen to another song of the Coke Studio seasons. This one's from season 9, Tu Kuja Man Kuja.
Coke Studio Season 9.
Ya Nabi, Ya Nabi, Sallu alayhi wa alihi. Kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja.
Okay, interesting. Earlier when I looked online, it said it's a Persian expression for where are you, where am I? But here it's being translated as mine is a lowly station and yours exalted beyond imagination. Help me in the comments. How do I properly translate that expression? Tu kuja man kuja.
Tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu mere haram mein fakir ajam, tu mere haram mein fakir ajam, tere gun aur ye lab mein talab hi talab, tere gun aur ye lab mein talab hi talab, tu gata hi gata. Tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja. इल्हाम है जामा तेरा.
Painting such a beautiful picture. That call and response between vocals and instruments. भटकी हुई प्यास हूँ, समंदर में भटकी हुई प्यास हूँ, मेरा घर खाक पर और तेरी राह गुजर, मेरा घर खाक पर और तेरी राह गुजर, सिदरतुल मुंतहा. Tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja, tu kuja man kuja. I love that there's this call and response between the lead vocals and the choir because it fits to this idea of saying, God, you are exalted and I am the lowly foreigner. I'm a wanderer on this earth. Or also then in the beginning, speaking of Muhammad, right? This contrast between a holy prophet and the people, between the divine and us people. You see that in many religions and in worship, so to speak, where you have this idea of otherness, right? A God who is greater, the people who humble themselves and say, we are not worthy, we're sinful, we need you. It creates this contrast between what is beautiful and glorious, what is sinful and human, what is eternal, what is mortal. That is known in many philosophies and religions. We know this. I think on one hand, it talks about, or it sheds light on contrast, which is all around us from day and night and dark and light, to what we understand when it comes to faith and religion, that there's something else other than we're worshiping. I feel like music from Pakistan so beautifully showcases how much bigger the world of music is than we realize. We are used to, depending on what country you're from, often in the West, used to certain chord progressions, used to certain instruments, certain ways of singing, even the runs that we do that we find in soul, R&B, sometimes in rock, they are a certain way. But then you see music from around the world and you realize the notes that they put together, the chord progressions, the use of minor and major notes, the type of vocalization and transitions rhythmically between notes. Here, what we would call maybe ad-libbing or certain runs that we are used to, completely different arrangements when it comes to music from India, from Pakistan, and it's beautiful to me. It's absolutely beautiful. There's so much joy in it. There's so much mystery and awe. The feeling that I'm getting is this sense of reverence and celebration. Beautiful. Real quick, you guys, I want to pause also for copyright reasons, but to have a song that adorns and shows admiration and reverence for the Prophet Muhammad, as I'm seeing here, who, from what I understand within Islam, is not considered to be God or divine in any way, but to be exalted above all, a prophet of the highest sorts, not equal to God in any way, but that messenger, if you will. And it's fascinating to me to think that a man can change history, impact people to the point that centuries later they sing for him and about him, and there's a genuine devotion and a genuine love. There was a time where I would have been much quicker to dismiss and say, well, that's just the false teaching or that's just the wrong. And I was quick to dismiss what I didn't understand or what I didn't believe in, versus trying to understand how can a man change history, and how can a man invoke such a following and reverence and admiration from people after so many years, and for people to understand that people truly love and admire this prophet. And it's not just, what do you say, the love, like people have a love for a pet or a pizza. This is not just a hobby. This is deep devotion, deep commitment, deep conviction, faith. It's fascinating.
खैरुल बशर रुतबा तेरा खैरुल बशर रुतबा तेरा आवाज़े हक खुतबा तेरा आवाज़े हक खुतबा तेरा आफाक तेरे सामाई आफाक तेरे सामाई सारी सजिबरी
Tu Kuja Man Kuja by Shiraz Upal and Rafakat Ali Khan. The voices are beautiful and the way they blend together, the timbre and the texture of their voice. A lot of devotion and humility, I feel that this was being sung with. The original composition is by Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, if I'm seeing this correctly. And again, this song is called Tu Kuja Man Kuja. It says it's a mesmerizing qawwali, a cyclic music structure that draws you in from start to finish within the space of its meticulously selected soundscapes. What a beautiful description. Rafakat Ali Khan's effortless and pitch-perfect vocals brings the track into a spiritual and cosmic realm, exhibiting words penned by Muzaffar Warsi, originally composed by the maestro Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. And Shiraz Upal's soulful voice serves as the perfect accompaniment to the pulsing bass and the inclusion of the dynamic tabla to maximize the essence of traditional qawwali genre. Let's talk a little bit about the qawwali genre. It is a form of Sufi Islamic devotional singing originating in the Indian subcontinent, form of South Asian devotional music particularly associated with Sufi Islam, energetic performances often involving lead vocalist, a chorus, and a variety of instruments like the harmonium, tabla, and dholak. I hope I said that right. Qawwali aims to lead listeners to a state of spiritual ecstasy and connect them with the divine. Beautiful. There's something about repetition when it comes to the psychology of things, which you guys know we're all about here on this channel. When it comes to repetition, there's something I believe that gives us safety, knowing what's next, knowing what to expect, but also routine. And while for some that may feel mundane, when we're talking about spiritual things, about this sense of creating a contrast between the beloved prophet and ourselves, or between God and ourselves, when we're looking at duality, which we often find in various cultures and in languages, we see this in the Hebrew, we see language such as light and dark and day and night. Contrast helps us understand things. It creates a framework. While it gives us safety, it also helps us to communicate, to convey things through language. And I think there is something about swaying that we find very innate to our biology, right? Mothers who rock their babies, we have certain movements that come natural to our body. Things that can be soothing, from kids loving to play on a seesaw or a swing, to, as I mentioned, the mother rocking her baby, to the tapping motion, right? To the waves, the flood, the ebb and the flow of the ocean, to the sound of birds and woodpeckers knocking on the wood. Right? We see a lot of patterns in nature, in our own biology. We find comfort in rituals and traditions. And even when I look at Sufi Islam and various cultures, including this song where you have rhythmic repetition through the instrumentation, there was still a level of joyfulness and a level of, there's something about the swaying and the repetitive movement that creates comfort and that allows you to enter a certain state, right? When you think of prayer and you have certain chants, even in various religions, even in Christianity, you may have your verse and chorus and you keep singing that same chorus again and again. You have a lot of Christian worship songs, and even there we've seen development over history when it comes to thematics and style and genre, right? But when you see certain worship songs in various religions, you may have the repetition of a chorus, and after a while, as you keep saying the same thing, you're starting to be able to enter a certain state of peace or concentration or focus, right? You have that with hypnotics. You have that with mandalas and drawings where you focus on a pattern. You have that when it comes to meditation, right? Where you're encouraged to breathe in and out and focus on a certain sound or a certain body part. Repetition can make us feel bored sometimes, but it can also allow us to enter a state of peace, reflection, devotion. It's a very fascinating thing psychologically, but this song to me felt like a mix between celebration, meditation, and reverence. What do you think? Subscribe to experience more music with me. I will see you on the next ride. Ayo!